Good morning and welcome for the Women's Regional Bash Final, the inaugural event at the Sydney Cricket Ground. I'm Robbie McKinlay. I'm joined by Martin Garoni. And Marty, absolutely picture-perfect conditions. They played here last night on the Big Bash, but we've got a massive day of cricket ahead of us today. And what a great occasion for women's cricket.
Absolutely brilliant, Robbie. As you said, conditions are perfect. These girls will get such a buzz out of being out here on the SCG for the first time for probably all of them. And to have regional players being able to experience playing on the SCG, names up on the scoreboard, beautiful day. We've got 2 female umpires, which is even better. And what a great advertisement for women's cricket. And it just goes to show the growth of the women's game right across the whole country. But more importantly, New South Wales have done a great job in growing the game, not just in metro areas, but out in the regional areas as well.
And you're speaking regional, that's exactly what it is, and it's sort of your neck of the woods these days. You're as the area manager for the Sydney Sixers, I guess, Northern New South Wales, and you've got a couple of your sides out down here today, and we've got the Newcastle Blasters, but I reckon you've probably got a little bit more of an interest in the Coffs Coast Chargers.
Yeah, I have to admit allegiance very early on, but really happy to see both teams here, and obviously the girls have done really well to win their pre-matches to get here, to have the opportunity to play on the SCG, and the most important thing is they have a great time while they're out there. Obviously, it'd be nice to see the Coffs Coast Chargers win for my region, but having said that, these girls are going to get a great experience, and this will be the first of hopefully many opportunities that they get over the coming years. And who knows, there could be a girl or two out here who gets identified and makes it on towards the WBBL going forward.
Well, the first one you always love to know on the morning of a match, the toss. Tell us how it went.
So the Newcastle Blasters had a win with the toss, and they've elected to bat, which is a pretty I guess, straightforward decision to get out and have a whack and see how many they can put on the board and really put the Coffs Coast Chargers under pressure.
And of course you did mention, Marty, that we have got 2 female umpires out today. We've got Sue Gregory and Margaret Marshall officiating. Graham Chudley, of course, is the match referee. We're not too far away from starting. As I said, we did have a BBL game played here last night. They are using a different wicket, 4 wickets over, a little bit closer to the members' stand. But gee whiz, I'll tell you what, hasn't Sydney turned it on today? It's an absolute cracking day.
Oh, mate, it's perfect. Bit of a thunderstorm last night. Sixers did very well to get a win after their innings being interrupted early. But a great win for the Sixers last night, and hopefully these girls can put on a really good show for everybody here today as well.
Well, as you said, Newcastle have won the toss and batted, and we're going to have Kirsten Smith and Sky Lovett opening the batting. Are you able to tell us a little bit about them?
So Kirsten's been around for a while. Really good batter, right-hand bat. Really leads from the front. So we'll expect her to be setting the way forward for her team. And obviously Sky, another good batter, and bowls a bit of right arm off spin as well. So she's a bit of an all-rounder. But I think these two will be looking to get them off to a solid start.
And Eleni Cameron will be opening the bowling for the Coffs Chargers from the members' end, we can call that one. We'll go with the Randwick end, down the other end.
Down the other end. And Eleni bowls right arm, medium pace, plays underage hockey, all-round sports girl. Really gets involved in a whole lot of sports.
Well, here we go. First up, and it's a full one down the leg side, and it's missed by the keeper. This looks like it'll be Maxim here. It's a wide, and it's 4 runs. 5 runs to the Blasters, and not a legal ball yet. That's a great start, Marty.
So, yeah, off to a bit of a flyer there, but I always say you get the bad one out of the road first and then fire up from there. So hopefully she'll get it back on track with this next ball. But it did swing too. It swung quite a bit down the leg side, so hopefully she'll be able to line that up now and create a bit of havoc for the batters. Yeah,
I'd be just happy to hit the pitch, I reckon, first ball in the SCG, and she comes in again now, and that's right on target. And it just takes Smith on the pads.
Thought there might have been a bit of an appeal there, probably going down leg side, but
a nervous appeal early, you reckon?
Yeah, I would have got one out. But the girls are a little bit more circumspect in their appealing, but probably just put the umpire under a little bit of pressure early doesn't hurt.
So Cameron in again now, and will bowl to Smith, and this one's again down the leg side, and it's a good take by the keeper. But unfortunately, it will be a wide, so the score's along to 6. It's a bit of a nervous start from young Cameron.
bit of a nervous start. Good take there by the keeper, Kesha Dowsett. She's a good Port Macquarie girl. She did represent the New South Wales ACT under-18s last year. Didn't make the team this year, so obviously she's here playing, so probably not a bad second prize.
Cameron again, and that's down the leg side again, and it is a wide. And Eleanor Cameron is a very talented sports lady, Marty. She's represented Australia in another sport.
Yep, she's actually represented Australia in underage hockey, so I'd imagine she'll be able to give the ball a fair whack when she bats as well.
Bit of bottom hand takeover, you reckon?
Bit of bottom hand, and probably a few whack through the leg side, I would imagine, when she bats.
So just struggling with the bit of in-swing at the moment, and this time she's got that almost on line, and umpire's just allowed that one to go too. It was a full toss just on leg stump, and a good bit of umpiring there.
Yep, she's walked right across that time, so that hasn't missed leg by a lot.
And of course, Marty, yourself, you've settled into Coffs Harbour living these days?
Yeah, been up there for just under 12 months now, so we've moved into new offices there and christened the ground with a BBL game.
That's Cameron now. That's on a good length this time, and it just clips the pad, and the keeper does well. And yeah, I must full credit to everyone involved with Coffs Harbour. That was a spectacular. And just looking from a TV perspective, I weren't there. I know you were yourself. You're all over it, but gee, what a great event that was.
Yeah, it was fantastic and really well supported by the locals up there. So Sixers were very pleased, as were Cricket Australia, with the event. So
now Smith this time just drives the ball straight back to Cameron. It looks like she might have found her range there, Marty, just allowing the ball a little bit more outside or stump, and certainly getting a little bit of in-swing there.
Absolutely getting a little bit of in-swing, and I think she's found her range. And I think the great thing for me is she's got a big smile on her face, and she's having a great time out there. And that's what this is all about. So.
Bolster Smith again wraps on the pad. Now, should be able to get through here for a leg by and take the score along to 8. And that's exactly what it is. So good start here for the Blasters. A couple of the real powerhouses of, regional cricket, country cricket. The Blasters, Newcastle and Coffs are really making some ground too, aren't they? The Coffs Coast Charge in that region of yours up there, Marty. There's some massive talent coming out of there.
There's some really good players coming out of all the regional centres across New South Wales now, which is great. Always has been.
And good shout there. Love it, struck on the pads, but again, that bit of in-swing. And that ends a promising over from Cameron. Got a little bit down the leg side, but certainly has been able to move the ball in a bit to the batsman. And I think get her another over and she'll be really bang on target.
Absolutely. Like, she fought back well there. The first four balls were a bit nervous, but then those last three, she's really got back on track and put the batter under pressure, and that was probably a little bit closer than you'd think, that last shout.
So we'll see who is coming on from the Randwick end. And looks like that one might be
Sophia Mavros.
Yep.
So right arm fast bowler. She's a young girl, really showing some potential. I think played in the under-15s nationals.
Yep.
So yeah, but really gets through the crease nicely and can give the ball a whack too when she bats. So a good athlete, a really good athlete in the field as well.
Yep, and from a nice part of the world too, Port Macquarie girl. She comes in now, and it's pulled away down to fine leg, and that'll be a single there to Smith. Score just up along to 8 now, so good start from the Blasters.
Yeah, so the Chargers will be looking to tighten things up a little bit now. Most of the runs have come from extras already, so really looking to tighten it up and put them under pressure now with Sophia bowling from the Randwick end.
She bowls now, and it's an attempted cut shot there from Lovett, and it goes through to the keeper. So nice bit of carry there on the wicket. Looks pretty barren of grass there, Marty. It's a pretty good looking deck.
Actually, that pitch looked quite green last night when you were here for the BBL game, but obviously they've put the roller on it today, and it's looking like a nice batting strip.
Ooh, it's a wide delivery there from Mavros. A little bit of a hint of outswing, but it wasn't as well directed.
Just dragged that one wide outside the off stump then. Really needs to just sort of keep... The first two were good on target.
Yep.
Just needs to keep honing in on those stumps. I think that's the key. Top of off early.
Love it this time. Now plays a nice shot. Got it through the gap between gully and point, and will run all the way down towards the boundary and kept in magnificently there at third man. But good running, aggressive running from Smith. They'll come back for 3 runs, but gee, brilliant bit of fielding there, Marty.
That was a great piece of fielding. I think that was Georgie Martin. She's a very good young cricketer. So great piece of fielding there on the boundary line to keep that in. Excellent work.
Yeah, an ACT New South Wales Country Under-15s player from last season. So a nice shot there from Lovett. Smith on strike now, and it's another wide delivery outside off stump. The rope in. What's the distance there, Marty, for that rope from the boundary?
I think they've set it at about 50 metres or 55 metres. That's normal boundary for women's cricket. So a bit closer than the men, but also the ball runs really quickly here, obviously. So you'll get good value for shots out there today. As
Mavros just finds her range there, so good length delivery. Yeah, the outfield looked very quick watching the BBL last night.
Even after the storm they had,
yep.
That was a lot of rain in a short space of time. The ground is in excellent condition, and they did a great job. The ground staff here did a fantastic job getting them back on last night, and to prepare the ground for today, it looks absolutely magnificent.
So Mavros has hit her target here at the moment. A couple of nice tidy deliveries. Smith unable to do anything with those as we're getting into the back end of the second over. The Newcastle Blasters, no wicket for 14 as Mavros bowls now, and play and a miss. So beats the bat of Smith, completes a good over, good way to finish that over. 3 dot balls to finish, and after 2 overs, the Blasters are no wicket for 14.
Yeah, really good back end of the over again. So a bit of nerves from both girls early on, but both came back really well and bowled 2 very good back end of their overs. So looks like Georgia Martin coming on to have a bowl now from our end.
Yeah, I thought they might have stuck with Cameron, but who was starting to get the ball to swing in a bit. But what can you tell us about Georgia Martin? I know she's very athletic in the field. We've seen that already.
Yeah, so very good athlete, great all-rounder. So she bowls beautifully, right arm, just medium pace, just on the spot, puts them under pressure, and really good bat. And will be very important for them later on today when they do chase whatever score they're chasing.
Bowls to Lovett. There's just a little bit of a hint of a mix-up running between wickets, but no run taken.
Good start, right at the stumps.
Coffs Harbour Girl, Marty?
Coffs Harbour Girl,
yeah.
And works really, really hard on her game, often down the nets there at the stadium, and really working hard and putting in a lot of effort to be as good as she possibly can be.
This time it's a bit shorter and a little bit wider. It's a good cut shot from Mavros, but straight to the fieldsman at point. The fielder at point. Claire Webber listed to come in next. Very interesting to see how Millie Coling, they apparently nicknamed Virat. Bats in the middle order. That's a full ball and driven. No contact, straight through to the keeper.
It's a very good start here from Georgia Martin. So if they can get a couple of really tight overs in here, puts them right back in the frame.
Been pretty impressed with the keeper, Kesha Dowsett, so far. Is up again now, Martin, and an inside edge. We'll soon see because it's gone down to fine leg. They'll come through for a single, and we'll just wait on the call. Yeah, it was an inside edge, so a bit unlucky there for Martin not to knock over off stump.
Very unlucky. That's a lucky shot, and Dowsett almost got there too, but well tidied up. I think she got a glove on it, which slowed it down a little bit, and well tidied up down there at fine leg. So good piece of work, and very hard to set a field to that bowling.
Nearly hit that helmet.
Yes.
Martin again, and that's a good shot. Punches through between point and cover, and that'll run all the way to the boundary. So a lovely shot there from Kirsten Smith. That's her first boundary of the morning, and the Newcastle Blasters take their score up to no wicket for 19. We're in the third over.
Very nice shot. Yeah, gave her a bit of width, and she played that beautifully. Good power out through the offside and all the way out to the boundary. So first boundary of the innings and off the bat, and very good start. Yeah,
just early indications. If you can find the gap in the field, it'll run away pretty quickly as Martin comes in again. It's short again, and this time it's a play and a miss outside off stump from Smith. Completes the over, and it is no wicket for 19. 3 overs down, and we're in the Sixers conference final. Marty, of course, just for our viewers and listeners, explain how the format of the day will pan out.
So the format of the day is that we've got the Sixers conference final here this morning. We have the Thunder conference final this afternoon, and then under lights, which will be a great spectacle for everybody to watch, but also for these girls to participate in. The winner of each of the conference finals will play off to be the ultimate regional bash champions for inaugural year for the girls. So yeah, we're really looking forward to obviously playing under lights this evening.
Mavros again, short ball, and it's pulled away there by Sky Lovett, straight to mid-on. Who's your early tip, Marty? I know Michael Minns down in ACT's talking. His aces up a fair bit.
Yeah, that's a very good side.
Yeah.
They've obviously got a very good system down there that has been worked on over a number of years, and they're working really hard on improving their junior girls competitions down there. So they're obviously a very good side. It's hard to say. Like, I mean, I think if teams can put their best game out there, I reckon any of the 4 teams can win it. So I'm really interested to see how the day pans out myself.
Mavros again now, and it's a good shot. Now they'll go through for a single. There'll be a shot at the stumps of the bowler's end. It misses, and Lovett gets through for a single. So good bit of fielding, but a good call from Kirsten Smith. Always a run in it, and Lovett was just a little bit slow out of the blocks, but good work there from Smith. As we come in again now, Mavros. It's just short delivery, and it's played out to mid-wicket for no run.
So Smith on strike now. So Smith, that was a good call, and yeah, Lovett very lucky to get through at the far end there.
Yeah.
So,
She's been impressed with Mavros. She's started really well here, right on the money again. Oh, inside edge. Don't know how that didn't take out leg stump. And for the second time this morning, a massive inside edge down the fine leg, and a bit of a streaky shot there from Kirsten Smith, and would have been a good reward for Sophie Mavros, who's really on the money here, Marty.
Doing a great job, and really keen to see her get a little bit of reward for the work she's doing. But yeah, two massive inside edges, just missing the leg stump both times.
Now this time it's a pull shot over the straight, slightly to the offside there by Sky Lovett, and she'll pick up 2 runs, and a little bit unlucky there, Sophie Mavros. A good over, and at the completion of 4 overs now, the Newcastle Blasters, after winning the toss and batting, are no wicket for 23.
Yeah, and a good recovery there from the Chargers. They've done a really good job in the field. A couple of big overs the first 2, but the last 2 overs have been really tight, and the fielding has looked really good. So a bit unlucky with a couple of inside edges. So they'll be looking to try and get a wicket and really sort of put the Newcastle team back under a lot of pressure now.
And looks like to be Georgia Martin will continue from the members' end. Beautiful day here in Sydney. Geez, I timed my arrival to the second, Marty, didn't I? A little bit of a plane delay out of Albury this morning.
Unbelievable, Robbie. You rocked up after everything had been set up.
Yeah.
And, the ultimate professional just walks in and takes over the commentary position right from the start.
Now Smith got a short ball, has been clean bowled. It didn't get up a lot. And Martin does get the breakthrough. The Blasters lose their first wicket. And it's Smith, bowled Martin for 6. It's 1 for 23. And a little bit of pace off the delivery. Not much bounce in it, Marty. And yeah, just poorly mistimed, I suppose, by Smith in the end.
Yeah, a slower ball that she dragged down a little bit, but didn't get up and straight through the batter. And yeah, good reward for her first over. Very unlucky not to get a wicket with the inside edge. And then obviously starting the next over with a wicket. So that puts the Chargers right back in the game.
So the new batter coming on now, marching onto the SCG, I would imagine for the first time, is Claire Webber. And what intel have you got on Claire Webber for us, Marty?
So she's a right-hand bat and a right-arm medium pace, and her nickname's Barbie. I'm not sure she'd like us reading that out. We got that from the team management, so yep. She can blame them later on. But handy bat and really looking to try and, I think, take it to the Chargers a bit. She does like to hit the ball.
Yep. Yeah, so Georgia Martin really rewarded for some good bowling from that first over. Didn't have a lot of luck, and she was able to get a bit of a pace-off delivery, as they call it these days. Marty, we used to call it a slow ball, didn't we?
Was a slower ball back in the day. I think I bowled, majority of mine were slower balls. So
yes.
But that's just a lack of pace.
Slow, straight balls we bowled, didn't we, mate?
Correct.
Anyway, got a bit of longevity out of the game for us.
Absolutely. So these girls are doing a great job out here, and how good is it to see them spread out around the field, and they're having a great time.
Here's Webber, first ball, and beaten outside off stump by
That's a handy
Martin.
Delivery.
Wasn't a nice little nipped away a bit.
Did a bit off the wicket. Really nice delivery that, and keeping up now is Dowsett. So really putting the batters under pressure, and a really nice take over the stumps to the medium pacer.
Yeah, really impressed by young Dowsett there behind the sticks. As Georgia Martin, bit of a spring in the step, runs in, bowls now, full ball outside off stump, and it's just cannons into the wicket-keeper's pad, so no run. It's 1 for 23. We're in the 5th over here at the Sydney Cricket Ground. The Women's Regional Bash Finals Day. We've got the Sixers Conference Final, Blasters versus the Chargers.
And I think the keeper covered that up nicely. That could have been a wide, I think, that one. That was.
And there's a nice little shot from Webber. A deft play down between the gap between gully and wide slip, and it runs all the way down to the boundary. So it's just a matter of finding gaps, I reckon, here today, Marty. You don't have to be powerful.
No, she's used the pace of the ball beautifully there and just guided that down. Third man probably in a way a bit too close. Probably needs to be back on the circle there. But nice little shot and value for shot. Her shot, as you said.
You're still in the power play at the moment. As Webber on strike to Martin. And this time drives very nicely too to cover. No run.
Started very positively.
Gee, it's no wonder we've seen New South Wales. We've seen the New South Wales Breakers dominate domestic cricket in Australia for so long. And when you see the talent on hand here today and what's coming through, it's just extraordinary. As Martin bowls now, and it's a full ball, and Webber, a little bit of a misfield. That might go all the way to the boundary. It's going to be a tight call. It gets to the rope. So back boundaries twice in this over. Webber, who came to the crease. The wicket fell early of Smith, but Webber finished it off nicely. And after 5 overs, Marty, it's 1 for 31. Pretty evenly balanced game.
Absolutely. They're going along at a run of ball, which is not a bad start. You probably like to be around about the 40 to 45 mark after 6 overs, so they're on track to do that. And obviously the Chargers would like another wicket. If you can get 2 or 3 wickets in the first 6 overs, then you're probably right in the game as a fielding team as well.
So we might have we might see first sign of spin, have we, Marty, today?
Does look like it.
The left arm tweaker, and it looks like that might be Naomi McDonald, who's building a pretty good little resume already, Marty.
Yep, she absolutely is. She's Naomi's current New South Wales bush breaker, so played in the Breakers team that have just come back from Townsville.
Now there might be a chance to run out at the far end, but the throw was a little bit wide. McDonald couldn't take it.
Bit of a fumble, quick single.
Yeah, it's good running from Webber. Just Sky Lovett was just a little bit slow out of the blocks there, but they got through okay in the end.
And she's actually won the batting award in 2 consecutive tournaments, which is a fantastic effort.
Well, she delivered a bit of a full toss there, and it's gone out to deep mid-wicket. Webber clubbed it.
Nice piece of fielding.
Yeah, it was a safe bit of fielding out there, and a single to Webber, who's moved along nicely to 9 already.
Does look like a very talented batter.
Yeah,
Claire Webber.
So McDonald up again, left arm around the wicket, and a big appeal for LBW, and she's got the breakthrough. Lovett caught in front, a little bit of a quicker delivery, and Macca gets the breakthrough. It is 2 for 33. Looked pretty close to me, Marty.
Yeah, look very adjacent, playing across the line, really good delivery, flighted up. If I can get my words out, flighted up beautifully and pitched and straightened and, trapped her right in front. So, well bowled. Yeah,
good bowling, good bowling change down there at the Randwick end. And it sees the end of the opener, Lovett. So both openers have been dismissed. Smith went for 6. Lovett's gone for 8. Webber's 9 not out, and looks like Sarah Burns is the new batsman for the Blasters.
Yep, so Sarah Burns, she's a right-hand bat and a right-arm medium pace. A lot of all-rounders in the Newcastle side. They all have a bat and a bowl, so it's going to be interesting to see how they manage that when they field. But Naomi, another right-hand bat, and again, quality player who's going to look to keep the pressure on, obviously, the Chargers and give the ball a bit of a whack. So they do like to get on with it, the Newcastle girls, and they proved that in the match they played earlier with a good score. So it'll be interesting to see how they continue to try and tie them down.
No left-handers in the side, Martin.
Very disappointing,
Sad.
Robbie, from us.
Sad,
yes, we like a left-hander or 7.
I bet you've snuck a few from Coffs in as a lefties, have you?
I would have liked to. I must admit, I'm not that heavily involved in the coaching structure anymore. So more in the game development, but really love the fact that we're giving these girls the opportunity to be out here and
absolutely.
And, hopefully we see a few lefties create a bit of havoc over the time.
So it'll be Naomi McDonald, who has taken a wicket with her third ball. The new batsman is Sarah Burns, and she's in again now, around the wicket. Well flighted, outside or stump, and Burns allows that one to pass. McDonald doing a bit of a Lisa Stalaker, bowling with the cap on.
Yeah.
Don't mind it. You do it at training, Marty. Why not do it
Correct.
in the game? As she rolls in again now, and it's a wide outside or stump, an attempted cut shot. In fact, it has been called wide.
I reckon that one might have been a bit harsh.
Yeah.
But well taken again by the keeper. And again, she's giving it plenty of air. She's being very brave. She's not darting them through. She's actually giving it plenty of flight and getting a bit of turn as well.
Deep long on. She's got cover down there, and that is exactly what Martin Garoni just spoke about. A beautifully flighted delivery. And you can do that with the batsmen when they first come to the crease. Why not?
Absolutely. And she's brave enough to keep it up there. And that was beautifully flighted and good length and delivery as well. And nice and straight.
And she's done it again. This time it slipped down leg side, and she might have got away with one there, I think. It might have clipped the pad, maybe, of Burns. But that completes 6 overs. It's 2 for 34. And it has been a great start. Very even from the Sixers conference final, Marty. Your Coffs Coast Chargers are well and truly in the game.
Absolutely. So good power play there, I think, from both teams. I think both teams would be relatively happy with that start. Evenly balanced, I'd say. A couple of wickets down and 34, so about a run a ball. Really looking forward to seeing how things pan out now, how the field changes. I think the girls are a bit braver and like to sort of keep the field in a little bit longer.
So bowling change, and Alicia Apuni is coming on to bowl. Tell us a little bit about Alicia, Marty. What she got to offer?
So she's a right-arm bowler. Brings a bit of banter to the team, apparently. So
Really?
she's a bit of a talker, and I have heard that she could probably give Matty Ellis a bit of a run for his money when it comes to being a cricket nuffy.
A real nuffy.
Yep.
Okay.
So that's the talk I get from the team. Is she's the team cricket nuffy.
Good on her.
And so love her enthusiasm and so excited to be out there today. Trying to work out where it was that Michael Vaughan may have stood when he was fielding. So she's a real cricket tragic, which is great.
Okay. Well, she's made a good start. She's got a dot ball first up. On strike, it's Claire Webber. Sarah Burns, the not-out batsman at the non-strikers end. As Pooney, who has about a 10-metre approach. Nice, high action. Gets in, a little bit of in-swing, down the leg side. Lovely bit of work by the wicket-keeper, Dowsett. But Webber was back just in the nick of time. Gee, that was a smart bit of work.
That was a great piece of keeping. I'm
Look at this.
not sure that she was back. Yep. Just got back. Great piece of work from the batter. Yep.
Yeah, gee.
Great piece of keeping. I
Smart.
think it was given. Was it given a wide?
May have dodged a little bullet there.
Dodged
too.
the bullet.
You know, amongst all the pandemonium, that's shorter. Cut away, down to deep third for a single. And Webber will move up to 10. So just interested to see what the Blasters' approach from here is, Marty. I know you did say earlier that they do like to get on with the game a bit, but probably don't want to lose too many more wickets just at this point, do they? And you know, they need a bit of consolidation.
Yeah, probably just need to consolidate for a little bit. So again, looking to put the bad ball away as far as they can, but then trying to pick up a single. One run of ball's got to be the target from here on in, and then putting the bad balls away for boundaries, and that'll build a pretty big score.
And a bit of a gap there. If you just knock the ball on the leg side, there's a nice easy single in front of square leg there. Deep mid wicket is out. Fine leg on the boundary, deep third man, and a deep cover. So there are singles about, particularly on that leg side. As Pooney bowls now, and it's heaved away by Burns to mid-on for no run.
Well tackled there by the skipper at mid-on, replacing her divot, which is always good.
Yes.
Greenkeeper's always happy with that. But, well fielded.
I'll tell you a story about birds and greens in a minute, Marty. As Pooney bowls now down the leg side, that'll be a wide. Down my way at Yarrawonga, you'd know it well. And a guy you probably umpired with, Warwick Henderson, he's a curator down that way. The White Cockatiels are creating havoc on the tennis courts down there, digging about 300 holes a night.
Oh, dear.
Like about the size of a golf putting cup. Yeah, havoc. That's a full toss. Smashed away by Burns. Might get it to the boundary. Does get it to the boundary. So good shot. Found the gap at wide, deep mid-wicket. And Sarah Burns is off the mark, and she's hit a boundary at the SCG. That's pretty cool.
Absolutely, and exactly what we spoke about before. Trying to work singles off the good balls, and then when you get a bad delivery, which a full toss obviously is, then whack it away for a boundary. And she did that beautifully. Then picked the gap between mid-on, who's in, and deep mid-wicket.
So Pooney in again, bowls out of Burns, and that'll be down the leg side, and that'll be called wide as well. There is a little bit of shape down that side, Marty. I just noticed, if you look at the players playing attire, looks like there's a bit of a cross breeze there, sort of blowing a nice little easterly coming in.
She's trying to get it to swing in. She's probably just got to start that probably out at the wide line, outside the off stump, and just allow it to come back in. I think at the moment she's starting at the stumps and it's drifting down to the leg side too much. So just get it a little bit further outside off stump as a starting point and swing it back in.
That's better.
Something like that.
Beautifully.
Well bowled. Very good comeback, and it's always nice to come back after you've had a bit of a challenging over, but not a bad start all up there.
No, impressive over there from Pooney. So she got her just desserts with a wicket early, but then some good batting, but it's a good start. It's 2 for 41 after 7 overs.
Really good start here. And again, ebbs and flows of a game. Another good over there for the Blasters, but they probably need an over a sort of 10 plus to really get them motoring in this innings.
I get run a ball score would be pretty handy, Marty, wouldn't it, for Chase? 120 around that, 115.
I think so. Yeah. I think that that anything 120, 130 is going to be.
And there's a wicket to McDonald again on strike. Claire Webber advanced down the wicket, hit it straight to cover, and a nice, comfortable catch. So the third wicket falls for the Newcastle Blasters. Claire Webber out for 10. Caught foe, bowled McDonald 10, and Macca has 2 wickets.
2 for 3. Bowling really well, and again, flighted it up beautifully, got it to drop, just got the batter playing in front of herself a little bit and chipped it to cover, and a nice safe catch there, so really well done.
Now, here comes the young lady I'm looking forward to watching, Millie Cole, not missing an eye. Would it be Coley? I believe her nickname's Virat.
Her nickname is Virat, so she's a right-hand bat. Hopefully she doesn't bat like Virat, otherwise the score's going to motor along very, very quickly. But very keen to get out there. She's jogging out. Love it.
Yep.
Love the enthusiasm.
Well, originally wasn't that T20 cricket was designed like that? All the batters were meant to run onto the ground, weren't they, Marty?
They were meant to run onto the ground. They had, I think, 30 seconds to face up for their first ball when T20 first started. So it was really hustle, bustle, get through it. I think they started off at an hour and 10 minutes to bowl their 20 overs, and it's obviously eked out to an hour and 20 these days.
Easy, isn't it? Yeah.
But, this is really good bowling here from Naomi McDonald and really putting them under pressure. So, another wicket here for the Chargers, and they're right on top.
Yeah, she was amongst the wickets in the country carnival for New South Wales country not too long ago. Well fighted ball, and Cole drives very nicely to cover for no run.
Another really good flighted delivery. She's doing a great job for her team here.
Love that. Got a beautiful arc in her run-in. Bowls round the wicket and angles this one in, and there's a very close call. There's a bit of a heave there from Cole, and it just grazed off stump.
Clearly she's not going to hang around. She's tried to give that... She's tried to hit that out to the Randwick Racecourse, I think. So big hit, but no connection there.
And that's a better shot.
A little bit of a back cut, well fielded.
Yes.
Again.
They've been impressive in the field.
Georgie Martin's been really good there at that backward point position. Cut off a few runs and obviously saved a boundary earlier on. But again, great keeping.
Yep.
So it hasn't missed a trick behind the stumps, which is great. Makes it much easier for the team to be able to set a field.
So Sarah Burns is back on strike. And she's going to face McDonald, who's got a couple of wickets under her belt already. And it's a nice shot too by Burns, straight down to mid-off. No run, so 5 deliveries down. As we're getting into this will complete 8 overs. McDonald up again now, and well flighted and driven off the back foot. Nice shot, and a slight misfield. They won't take the run there. Georgia Martin, an unusual misfield from her. So that completes a really good over from Naomi McDonald. So after 8 overs, the Newcastle Blasters, after winning the toss and batting, are 3 for 42.
Really good over that. McDonald now with 2 for 4 off 2 overs. Really good start from her. And if she can replicate that with the next 2 overs, that really helps her team out. If you can have a bowler that can go for sort of 15 or less off their 4 overs, makes the job a lot easier for all the other bowlers. So we've got the skipper coming on now, Kate Jackson, captain of the Bushbreakers.
Yes.
Obviously works for Cricket New South Wales as a conference admin on the
we'll
North Coast.
Yeah.
So we have to be kind to her because
we
have to be kind to her. Yes. She does a great job for us up on the North Coast. Awesome. Actually runs the girls program, coaching program up on the North Coast as well. So responsible for the progression of a lot of these girls through the system. Handy off-spin bowler and a really solid batter in the team. And she, when she bats, she'll look to bat through the innings.
So Burns on strike, and Jackson makes a good start. Just one wrap. So Burns on the pads, just going down leg though. No frivolous appeal there.
Keeper was up. Bowler didn't seem interested.
No. Only appeal and then real good ones, says Jackson. And that one's wide of off stump. Nice little cut shot played there by Burns, but to no avail.
Good start here from the skipper.
Yeah.
Really tight field on the offside and only fielders out on the leg side. So really trying to put the batters under pressure here.
Jackson a bit shorter. And again, Dowsett very impressive with the gloves. Straight through to the keeper. Beautiful sunny conditions. Expected top around 31 or 32 in Sydney today. As Kate Jackson bowls now. And Burns drives through the onside, but straight to short mid-wicket. No run.
Down the wicket there, but
yeah.
No real connection. Looking to get on with it, just didn't quite get it. Almost yorked herself coming down the wicket.
So Jackson's made a nice start to this spell. A beautifully flighted delivery and repeats the shot to short mid-wicket.
Got to love the way both the spinners that we've seen so far are really giving the ball plenty of air and challenging the batter to come down at them, and then getting that real drop as it gets close to the batter. So this is really good bowling.
Yeah, deep mid-on push back for the final ball, but experience there from Jackson. Not going to give away the boundary late in the over, and that's exactly what happens. It goes down to long on, and it will be just the single off it. So a good start there from Kate Jackson, 3 for 43, and we're 9 overs into it. The Newcastle Blasters are batting.
Great start from the skipper there, and really good to see them put back-to-back overs there. Really tidy overs, 2 in a row, only going for a couple of runs, and again puts them back on top in the game. And now the Newcastle Blasters have got to find a way to really start rotating the strike firstly and then finding the boundary as they go through.
So McDonald will look to bowl out here. Marty, do you think she could bowl 2 already?
Definitely go 3.
Yeah.
Might save one for a little bit later on.
Yep. Here we go, McDonald. Another good delivery. And it's well covered there by the batsman in Cole down the striker's end this time, Marty, is it? I think it's... Yep, Millie Cole.
Yeah, Millie Cole on strike now. And she looked to get on with it. Just got herself a little bit out of sync there with the first delivery. And a bit of a swipe across the line there for the second ball. So really looking to get on with it, but she's just struggling a little bit with that lack of pace that McDonald is giving at the moment. And looks like we're going to move an extra one to the leg side there to fill that gap between the 2 outfielders. Probably like to see, there's a fielder there that's sort of 2/3, probably like to see her right on the boundary. Just gives her that opportunity to cover a bit more ground sideways if she needs to.
So Millie Cole on strike, faces McDonald, advances down the wicket, hit on the pad, and no appeal. Again, just spearing down the leg side. So, nice field set. Look, it looks like the batsman must just feel like there's no gaps out there, Marty. The pressure's building.
They're doing a fantastic job, and the field placements here from the skipper, Kate Jackson, are really putting the batter under pressure, and they've got to find a way to score. Has created a bit of a gap here at third man. It'll be interesting to see if that's where they go. Try to get it down there. That one's a wide, unfortunately.
Yeah, the gap's there. Certainly was the ball to try. So
probably not the ball to bowl when you change the field like that. Probably needed that one to be more at the stumps, which is where our field is set to protect.
Now that's well flighted, and they'll just tap and run here. So good bit of work there. They will get through. Burns made away there. So Millie Cole goes to 3.
Probably a little bit tighter there in the end than it needed to be, but a good piece of fielding. But again, a lovely flighted delivery, which makes it really hard for them to get a lot of power behind it. So great bowling here from the Coffs Coast Chargers, and they're really putting the Newcastle Blasters under a huge amount of pressure.
Oh, good pull shot there. That is hit away by Burns. And he'll just get the one run. It's well backed up on the other side of the ground. So that is just another run. So 3 for 46 to the Blasters. They've made a good start. Although they wouldn't want to lose too many more wickets the next couple of overs. As Macca McDonald comes in. It's a straight delivery. And it's gone through to the keeper. So another good over from McDonald. Now gone through 3 overs, has 2 for 7. We're going to say goodbye to Martin Garoni. He'll be back right throughout the day. And, gee, we had a McDonald bowling from the Randwick end. Now we're going to have McDonald join us in the commentary box. Another N McDonald. This one's Neil McDonald, a Newcastle legend. G'day, Macca. Welcome to the box.
G'day, Robbie. Wonderful to be here with you.
Thank you very much for filling in down at the coin toss earlier on. Flights and that.
Pitch looking really good down there today, Robbie. It should be lots of runs in it.
Did you rip a pitch report in?
I did rip a pitch report in.
So, what'd you make of it?
The pitch itself or the quality of the report?
I heard the report was outstanding.
Oh, I wouldn't go that far.
It looks a good one, doesn't it? Hey, what's going on here, Mac? At the moment, the umpires are there talking to the two batters. And I reckon we might be looking at a runner. Yeah,
a runner or running down the pitch?
An injury. I think Sarah Burns looked like she was a bit incapacitated there going through for that quick single. Might have pulled the old hammy. So there's just trying to work out how it's all going to pan out here. It's always a bit of chaos when you've got a runner in, hasn't it?
It certainly is. Plenty of questions being asked. Lots of confusion when it happens.
Yeah, this could get chaotic here. So you're going to have to be on the ball here, my man, and special comments.
Here we go.
All right. It might be Webber who's doing the running, or is it
Claire Webber?
Yeah, or Kirsten Smith.
Could be. If it's Kirsten, she's quite quick between wickets. She'll have to balance that out against the non-striker, or the striker.
So on strike at the moment, we have. It looks like is it Coley down there?
Millie Cole.
And Millie Cole heaves that one away to deep mid wicket. She stays where she is, and the runner at square leg gets through for a single. So this is going to be a little bit confusing.
I'm looking forward here, Robbie, to 2 runners at the one end,
What
possibly.
about 3 maybe?
Maybe 3.
So 3 for 47. We're into the second half of the innings. The Chargers have come back nicely here. Kate Jackson bowling well. And a chance to Jackson. Can't get the catch at mid-off, and it will go away not quite to the boundary. And Pooney will field, and it'll be 2 runs.
Split the field there, got
Burns.
it through. I thought it was going to make the boundary, just pulled up, just plugged a little bit. But it's a good 2 shot.
Jackson, the spinners have been impressive so far. As Jackson comes up again, well flied off, smashed away, underneath at a deep mid wicket, and a good catch taken. An excellent catch taken out there by Naomi McDonald. Good pair of hands. And gee whiz, right in front of the members, give it a bit of a salute, and they get their 4th wicket. The Blaster is in a bit of bother, my man.
You couldn't have picked a better fielder to hit
Really?
it to in terms of taking that catch. Never in doubt. Naomi,
good catch.
Australian country representative for New South Wales recently, leading run scorer at the carnival, and just got a great pair of hands. Good mover in the field. No surprise that she's out at deep mid wicket.
Yep.
And yeah, you're right. The Blasters have dug a bit of a hole for themselves after being
they started pretty well
for 20 odd.
They were at one stage they've lost their first wicket at 31. So, so we just checked that score, 4 for 49, confirming that.
Been some really tight bowling here. Captain skipper Kate Jackson has obviously come on to bowl. I know Naomi bowling at the other end. Left arm orthos, and they've really put the brakes on this Blasters innings.
So Jackson, the new batter is Emma Jane Howe. I'll get you to give us a little bit of intel on her after the first delivery, Macca. Jackson bowls now, and Howe plays miss outside off stump. What do you know about Emma Jane?
Yeah, Emma Jane was in our academy programs, the New South Wales academy programs. I say back in the day.
Yep. Katie Jackson, she's bowling a good spell here, well flighted and played nicely by Howe.
But Emma Jane's multi-sport interests. She's played in the Newcastle hardball competition this year. So be interesting to see what she can come out with here.
I liked Jackson's tactic of mid-off, mid-on, go back to the boundary for the last ball of her over. Howell's on strike now, and she pulls it away to square leg. Oh, no, there won't be a mix-up. I wasn't watching the.
No, you're right.
The runner at square leg. This could get nice and confusing. I thought this is going to be madness, but they do get the single, Macca.
They did get the single. Thank goodness, a little bit of a pull around there to square leg. Kate's got really good flight. Has been working again on getting in and around fourth stump, off stump rather than middle and leg, and so drawing the batter forward. Not all girls have got great footwork, and so for her to be dragging them down the ground is the right way for her to go as an off spinner.
So the bowling change down at the Randwick end. Looks like it'll be Hannah Foe. She'll come on and bowl her first over of the innings. 4 for 50. And on strike now is Howell, and it's a wide delivery, so a nice little bonus one there. So another off spinner, Macca, by the look of it.
Yeah, brings up the 52 for the Blasters.
They need a boundary or two here. Foe up now, that's wide outside off stump and not quite wide there.
It's quite a tight field here, Robbie, just the two out.
Yeah, they've been very impressed by Kate Jackson, the skipper, has set the field here for the Coffs Coast Chargers. Now, there's no run there either.
Yeah, so once again, the ring doing its job in there, and Hannah settling on a length.
Yep.
And again, if she can just work in and around that good length. And
could be the first time these girls have batted with a runner too. Things like that come into it, all places. SCG, that one's down the leg side, well taken. Dowsett's been impressive behind the stumps there, Macca.
Has done a really good job. I've been just watching it side on. Moves quite well sideways.
But that's a good start here from Hannah Foe. And another dot ball. Now, Naomi McDonald, I've got to ask you, no relation, Macca? You knew this was coming, didn't you?
No relation, but I did meet the whole family recently, and there is
quite
a few of them.
At Easter? Reunion? Foe bowls now, and this time's a big shout for LBW, just going down the leg, and again, they'll get through for a leg bye. Emma Jane Howe, very quick off the mark there.
Yeah, Emma Jane will be pretty quick between wickets there. Again, needs to watch, whether there's a single or whether there's not, depending upon the other batter.
Interesting coloured helmet there, Macca, that Emma Jane's got on. Is it sort of a beige sky blue? Yeah. Anyway, Foe bowls a wide outside off stump, so deliberately bowled off stump.
Yeah, I'd probably call that a duck egg blue, Robin. I'm not quite sure it runs with the green of the Blasters, but anyway.
The traditional Newcastle colours of green. Now that's a quicker delivery, and they're going to tap and run, are they? No, they won't. Sent back. So this is some outstanding bowling here from the Chargers.
Yeah, that would have been a really tight single. I don't think anybody makes that. But I had the pleasure of meeting the McDonald family, and I'm sure we all came out from Botany Bay at some stage. But no relation there.
Righto.
It is a large family. They're from the north coast, far north coast, around Grafton. And
Darren Goodger country.
Darren Goodger country.
Gee whiz.
One of the greats. Big shout out to Goodge.
Yep, great man, Goodge. I'm not sure.
Great for the umpires in our state. So I think we've got Jackson.
Yeah, Jacko's back on. I reckon she'll roll out her 4 here. This is mid-off, and mid-on are both back. Macca, a lone stool out there at deep mid-off, just outside the boundary, of course. One of our photographers in today. Jackson bowls, and it's pulled away, and they should get a single here. And that was Sarah Burns.
Yeah, I'll come back on that McDonald story at the end of the day, Robbie. It's quite a long one. But,
you've got me in already.
So change of field there too for the different batters. Again, recognising the game situation. There's only 2 out now. Mid-wicket, deep square.
Yeah, Jackson throws it up. Well flighted. And it is well played there too by Emma Jane Howe. Who do you think she's looking to go here, Macca?
I'd like to see her go straight.
Yeah,
But I get a funny
yep.
feeling that Cow Corner mid-wicket might get a run.
I think she had a little glance there before. Here it goes. Let's see here. No, just
working it.
Short mid-wicket. Impressed with Jackson's field placements.
Yeah, it's really it's a good challenge to batters, you know, the old pace off as such.
Yeah, it used to be called the slower ball
It used
in
to
the old
be.
days, but anyway. That's well flighted, and it's a good shot. It's going to go on the bounce to mid-on.
Going to get the single.
And Howe gets a single. So she's off the mark. And the score just goes up to 4 for 55.
I think it was also called reverse spin in some ways, or
Reverse spin.
reverse spin.
That used to be a wrong one, was it?
I think so.
Yeah, or off-break, leg break.
Nothing's ever standard these days, is it?
No,
You've gotta
everything's
come up
funky.
with something funky.
Everything's funky, Macca. Anyway, we're...
Fielders drop back. We've got the 4 out again, Robbie.
Yeah, it's been a tactic that Jackson's employed. Throws it up. Oh, here's a chance. Keeper will take a catch here, and Dowsett does. So Jackson gets her second wicket, and that is the end of Sarah Burns. Caught Dowsett, bowled Jackson for 8, and 5 for 55 after Macca. That would complete. Let's have a look. 13 overs. The Newcastle Blasters in a bit of bother.
Yeah, well, Sarah, their ball count starting to add up there a bit, and I guess they look for a go-to shot, and great awareness from Dowsett there to get around, you know, helmet on, etc., to know where that ball was to be able to take the catch. It wasn't a hard catch, but she still had to make ground to get there.
Yep.
So yeah, what's that? 5 for 55 now. So really, the innings is in danger and is in need of a bit of a heart starter.
What's in the shed, Macca? Can you give our Newcastle listen? What do you call yourself? Novocastrians?
Novocastrians.
Just our viewers and listeners. Can you give them any hope or faith that there's something coming that might be able to blast them around a bit?
Pretty confident with the 20 overs in there. There's nobody batting at 7 that would really bolster the innings. I think they've gone hard at the top.
Yeah.
Certainly did look good early on. And the other thing to remember too is that with the Coffs Coast Chargers, there's a couple of really decent New South Wales country bowlers on at the moment.
Howe is on strike and sweeps it straight to square leg. New batter in is Kate Hanley. Tell us a bit about Kate, Macca.
Kate again plays in the Newcastle competition. I would say she'd be looking to just provide support out there now, work the ones. Maybe try to put away the bad ball, but just to support a partner out there, and again, just see if we can get this innings, up to about an 80 or a 90 possibly.
Yep, give yourself a bit of a chance.
Still got plenty of overs to go.
Yep.
And as I said with that pitch report this morning, the outfield's a picture out there, so looks fantastic.
Yeah, it's keep harping on it, but just so impressed with the field placements that Kate Jackson's employed here as faux bowls. And Hanley hits it straight back to the bowler.
Once again, strong offside ring. Just a backward point, then extra cover mid-off.
Ted, these spinners, Macca, are making it hard for you to finish your McDonald's story.
I'll get there.
Yeah, I'm sure we will. Here we go. Well tossed up by Foe.
Just to complete that onside, we've got a deep long on mid-wicket, square leg a little bit deepish on the fence, and then backward square.
Foe, well flighted, and this time chipped over the top of the bowler's head. First bounce down to mid-off. There's a misfield, and they won't come back for that second run there. Emma Jane Howe momentarily thought about it, and then fought against it.
I'll tell you what there, Marty, there could have been a quick run out. Robbie, sorry, thanks, Marty.
That's Marty.
Bit of hydration.
Delivering the drinks. Well played.
But Robbie, big chance there.
Foe tosses it up. Now full toss. This time it's swept behind square for a single. So they're chipping away at it here, Macca. 5 for 57.
Yeah, that'll be Emma Jane's go-to shot. She doesn't mind the odd sweep. Generally behind square, but that ball before, I reckon, clean pickup, and there's a run out there at the bowler's end.
So Foe been very impressive. Oh, this time it's a fuller delivery on leg stump, and they'll work another single. So nice work there by Katie Hanley. The spinners are really playing a part here, Macca.
Yeah, they've got to keep trying to work the single, find a way to get up the other end, we say. We've got to find a way.
Howe on strike. This time drives it straight back to the bowler, and that's going to be a caught and bowled, comfortably taking. And that is a well-deserved wicket to Foe. So That's the 5th wicket to spin this morning, and that ends the innings of Emma Jane Howe for 2. Not a bad catch in the end, Macca.
Great catch,
Yeah.
good caught and bowled. Saying when you're bowling spin that you should bowl for mid-on, mid-off or yourself to be the fielders in the game to let you know that you've got the right length. And Foe has settled on a good length despite a couple of early wider deliveries, and that over producing the wicket and only 3 singles off it with 2 dots, 6 for 58. Is a modicum of difficulty, I'd suggest to you. For
difficulty?
A modicum of difficulty for the Newcastle. Now, anyway, back to that McDonald story.
Hey, please finish it.
So it's a massive family, but Naomi's got a twin sister Grace, who also, both of them have gone through New South Wales pathways. Both of them have played New South Wales country open age women's, and both are just really good little cricketers, small in stature, but just power in the field, good arms, and as you'll see a little later on, Naomi just really frees the arms up with the bat. So they're very impressive. I think there's the odd boy in the family, but then there's a couple of other girls, and they all love their cricket.
So Jackson on bowling again. A chance, underarm flick at the stumps. That'll be run out. It is. Oh, and I reckon that is a diamond duck. 2 for Miller Riley at the non-strikers end, got called through, and it's not a great way to start your career at the SCG, Macca.
No, Millie Riley, she'll have a bit to do behind the stumps. Hopefully it's taking 10 catches or something like that. But but in all honesty, I don't know whether that was just a bit of ball watching there.
Well,
let's have a look at the replay.
The backhand flick there in the covers. Not too bad at all.
That's very junior warish, isn't it?
That's very good indeed.
Yeah.
Brilliant bit of work.
So good bit of fielding. I mean, the ball could have gone anywhere, but I just think they probably a little bit startled, is there a single there? Is there not a single?
Probably it was a bit tight, wasn't it?
It was tight, but yeah, look, excellent bit of backhand fielding.
You get a feel for Millie Riley there. So the new batter is Maddie McGuigan.
Maddie McGuigan. State cricket representative through PWSA and into the state age competition. She's an all-rounder, bowls a really handy medium pacer, and hopefully she'll be able to score some runs with the wood.
That's a bit of fielding there in the covers. I'm just trying to work out that. It might have been Joe Borgia.
Oh, yes, good. Well, I'll tell you what it probably was, because there's a bit of indoor cricket in that.
Yep, there you go.
And she's a rep indoor cricketer.
So Katie Jackson, well flowed and well played too.
Yeah, good length delivery that.
Very nice there from Maddie McGuigan.
Asking plenty of questions.
Scottish or Irish, Macca? McGuigan. I know you're Scottish.
Question. I'll come back to you in the next ball, Robbie.
Thank you very much. Here's Jackson. That's a bit shorter. Cut away. Good shot. Found the gap between gully and point, and they should be able to get back for 2 runs. They will. And McGuigan does that nicely. So a couple of runs there. Score up to 60.
Yeah, Robbie, I've got no idea on that last question, but I think one of our viewers might be able to text in.
Yeah, I admire your honesty.
Somebody like a Luke Minor or anybody else that might happen to be listening in today.
We're going to hear from Lukey Minor fairly soon too, the start of the second innings of this match. And it's well delivered there by Jackson. We'll have the 2 guys from up north, Marty Garoni and Luke Minor, will kick proceedings off at the start of the second innings, and mightn't be a massive run chase on at the moment. If
no,
they
it doesn't look
find
that way,
their way to
it?
80, Macca.
Yeah.
Wow,
well, this is
handy.
Jackson's last 2 balls.
Outside off stumps, spinning back in, probably saved her from a wide.
Yeah, it was just round the line. I'd probably stay with that as being a fair delivery.
Taking away your Novocastrian bias. Jackson again, well tossed up, full toss, and it's hit safely to deep mid-wicket on the second bounce to Macca McDonald.
Macca McDonald.
Yeah, McDonald's everywhere. It's like like going down the main street of Dubbo, isn't it? They're everywhere. And hello to all our listeners out of Dubbo today too. A few of them out there. They got the big carnival out there too, isn't it? The State Challenge.
All the coach and talent gentlemen are out there, and I think the great Tim Cox, Dubbo.
Oh yeah,
synonymous to Dubbo. He'll be out there somewhere as well with a catching mitt on.
He's as Dubbo as the zoo, isn't he?
He is as Dubbo as the zoo.
Yep. There's Timmy. Bowling. I think is it still Foe at the Randwick end? Yep. can confirm that.
And there's 2 overs, 1 for 5 at the moment.
Yeah, it's been good. Foe delivers, and it's a bit of a wild swing there from McGuigan.
That was one to cash in on. There's a fairly fine, well, backward square, I guess, and then the forward square. So
No one on the boundary, out behind square. And it's well played, well delivered too.
good delivery into middle and leg.
I think the spinners have been good this morning, given nothing away. As Hannafay tosses it up again, and this time it's swung to leg side, direct hit and make it interesting, and now there'll be an overthrow. No, there won't be. They're going to go back. Goodness me, there was all happening there, wasn't it?
Both ends there, Robbie.
It was. Danger at both ends, Macca.
The non-striker backing up too far, then will I go, won't I go? Oh no, she's on the ground.
It's like a fishing trip in the Northern Territory.
Barramundi everywhere.
Yeah, plenty of danger. Foe, gee, she's bowling well. Really building the pressure here. Floats it up again, and very nicely played into the covers there by McGuigan. Looks very correct.
Yeah, she is.
Okay.
Yeah, she won't let you down there. She won't be the worst number 9
Nine.
coming out.
7 wickets down. Well flighted again by Foe and cut behind point. I think they'll just get one. They will. Pooney Fields.
Oh, she got that away nicely. Thought she might have jammed herself up there. Must have squeezed it out just round through backward point.
So I'd like to look at McGuigan. Haven't seen much yet of Kate Hanley. Involved in a bit of a run out there earlier. Foe bowls and plays nice and straight to point. No run, so they're building up the pressure in the field. And that completes 16 overs. And the score is 7 for 62.
So we're in the last 4. Obviously, they'll be trying to bat the 20 out, I would think. And hopefully putting singles and twos together and maybe the odd boundary.
80 be a nice target,
80
wouldn't
would
it?
be a nice target, given where they've got themselves into. Mind you, after the start, you would have said 100, 120 possibly.
And what would be the backlash in Newcastle if they were to go down in this final, Macca? You'd be job cuts would there? Your head would be on the chopping block, would it?
I'd like to think not,
No,
Robbie.
they'd take it pretty well, wouldn't
It's
they?
a greater good in the region. You know, just
'Cause you're-
always growing the.
Of course, you're community cricket, aren't you?
That's correct.
Yeah, you're trying to find the next star.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some big wigs up there. You know, there's some bit of pressure. We'll keep an eye on Twitter later tonight, I reckon, to see how things pan out. You got the full support of the board, Macca. You have. There's a good delivery there, just straight to cover. Energy in the field's been outstanding.
Has been outstanding. They've really put the squeeze on the blasters batters here, and they just got to try to keep eking out the singles and the twos, and as we said, get that score up to 80 odd.
It's going to change in the bowling too, Macca. And looks like we've got Eleni Cameron's back on. She bowled the first ball of the innings. Did Cameron. Swung the ball a bit, but just straight down the leg side.
Yeah, it's we've got a 3-4-5-5-4 field, so there's probably an intent there to bowl pretty much in at the stumps, in at the leg stump. I think.
McGuigan on strike. Faces Cameron. It's a good cut shot too. Beautifully played behind point. This will be a tight call to the boundary, and they get it to the rope. So that's the first boundary for some time. A lovely shot there from McGuigan. And Macca, she's been impressive.
Yeah, she's had a good stock too. Her dad played a
Is
lot
that
of
right?
years in. Yeah, that is right. Her dad played a lot of years first grade representing Newcastle as well. She's got a brother Zach who plays with the Merriweather club. So cricket's, you could say, in the family.
Geez, you're loving your family stories today, aren't you? Cameron bowls again to McGuigan, and this time it's cut away again. Down to third man. I don't think they'll get back for the second. They won't. Did we finish your McDonald family story or not?
Yeah, I think we're 2/3 through.
Okay,
So Grace was recently married this year.
That's right. Yep.
A number of the girls involved in both teams went to that wedding.
Ah.
Married a
Did you get a gig?
farmer. Married
Farmer.
a farmer who goes pig shooting and stuff like that.
Right. Just culling a bit of culling here and there. Cameron will bowl now to Hanley, and she too gets it down to third man for a single. So the bit of an up in the scoring rate here, Macca.
Yeah, I was going to say those 2 shots from McGuigan are as good as anybody's played in the innings to date. Really nice contact with the ball, and the first one going for 4, the other one getting a couple. So hopefully she can continue that on in the next couple of overs.
So it'll be McGuigan back on strike. Can she become only the second player to reach double figures today, Macca? 9 not out. Claire Webber made 10 early in the morning. Faces Cameron, and she will with a beautiful cut shot in front of point this time, and that races away to the boundary. And the Blasters are coming back a bit here late in the innings, 7 for 72. As you said, Macca, 80 was that sort of point. If they get past 80, it puts them in the game.
It's runs on the board, I guess, as well. The Coffs Coast Chargers have got a number of experienced players, so obviously it'll depend on how they start their bowling innings. The Blasters, but you just got to have something to bowl at. So even 72. If 72 becomes 90, we've got 3 to go.
Yeah, we have, and 10 runs off that over.
Yeah,
Macca.
Yeah, and once again, and question there around pace v spin.
Yes. Yep. And it's going to be cousin McDonald back on.
Yes, Naomi left arm orthos. She's in the development stage with these 2, Robbie. So let's see what comes out.
She's been very impressive. Good start too. And a little dab chance for a run out. No, there's that backhand flick again. The Junior War flick.
Junior War. Joey Borgia, we think it is.
Joey Borgia.
Bit of indoor in that.
She's played a lot of rep indoor cricket.
So I'd like our striker there to use her feet a little bit more.
Okay. Down the leg side, they'll get a wide. They all count now, Macca.
They do. Extra ball too.
Yes. Thank you, Captain. McDonald around the wicket. I like it. Got a beautiful little run in. Has Macca a nice little arc about it. A little bit shorter this time, and it's a good shot this time by Katie Hanley. Just a single. A good throw in from the outfield.
She's got it away. We talked about Naomi bowling left arm ortho. She used to bowl left arm mediums, medium quick. And
what changed to Macca? You or?
Yeah.
Yep, you.
Yeah, I'll come to that story.
Okay. McDonald bowls to McGuigan. You'd think you could be in Edinburgh, couldn't you? McDonald in the commentary box with McKinlay. I reckon we need to get a bit of European in here soon. McDonald to McGuigan on 13 and hits it straight to cover. Brilliantly fielded. A one-arm throw at the stumps, just misses. Excellent cricket.
That was outstanding. Yeah.
McGuigan goes to 14 and scores next up to 75, Macca.
Really well fielded. They needed to take the single though anyway. But really good fielding there.
McDonald around the wicket, tossed up and caught on the full there by Hanley, but can't score.
That was one to put away. When they're bowling that tight, you just gotta find a way just to get that ball either through the gap or especially a full toss.
And we've got a free hit. A free hit, Macca. Pin your ears back here, Katie Hanley. It's short and swings it through the gap. Might get it to the boundary. She will get it to the boundary. So good finish there by Katie Hanley. And the runs are starting to flow a bit, Macca. There's that magic 80 mark.
Well, magic 80. Who would have thought? There you go. Just a loosener there from Naomi that turned into that free hit and the awareness to put it away and find a gap.
Did well there, and this time it's a better delivery. Titans are up on leg stump.
Darted in a little bit, that one.
Completes the 17th, the 18th over. 8 runs off. So we've had 18 runs off the last 2 overs, which has really got the strike rate up and about.
Yeah, so I'll come back to the Naomi change of bowling style. So she's an opening bat, right? So and just strings to the bow. Obviously very good in the field. We've seen her take a catch and field generally very well today. But she's bowling left arm medium quicks and kind of spraying them all around. And there's nothing, that I guess teams don't often have left arm bowlers, but.
Yep.
Spoke to her about the idea of, I guess, in effect being a right arm leg spinner. So left armers, bit less wear and tear on the body if you're opening the batting, and she's taking it up.
Change of bowling. Sophie Mavros is back into the attack, bowling to McGuigan. That's going down leg side. Not even the keeper appealed.
Yeah, no, there's an opportunity there to get the work that out through. There's only one out deep mid wicket. There's a fine leg, interestingly enough, and 2 others. So it's 5-4 field to the offside.
So she took that on, Macca, and going really well with it.
She is.
Naomi McDonald.
Yeah.
Mavros short. Now that one's hit away on the onside, but out to sweeper at deep mid wicket for a single. That's
Speak of the devil.
yeah, Macca McDonald gets the ball back in. 81's the score.
Yeah, I'm reckoning this.
You'd love 90, wouldn't
well,
you?
between 90 and 100,
Yep.
maybe, just to
Yep.
make it competitive.
Mavros bowls. Hanley swings it to mid-on. Now there'll be a shot at the stumps. That's tight. I think
What's happened there?
Macca might just throw us through the replay here. I'm not sure if Mavros dropped the ball. Talk us through it, Macca.
Ball dropped, hit out to mid-on. Mid-on released the ball pretty quickly. Looks like it's going to be barbecued from there. Late dive. Apparently okay. All
Not
okay.
out. Now there's a good shot. And this time hit it too well, actually.
There's a similar shot just along the ground, but
Yep.
there was never a chance of a run in that one.
So in the 19th over, Newcastle after winning the toss and batting, 7 for 82. And here we go, short, and this time they'll get a single. Nice little run through there. So well played there by McGuigan. Goes up to 16, top scorer.
Doing really good. Could have maybe
Could be elevated.
maybe had an elevator in the batting order if there's another game.
If you get another chance. I know Marty Garoni's hoping they won't because he's looking for a victory for the Coffs Chargers. And
Nice
intelligent
little dab
batting. Yeah, I like the way that Hanley have gone about it, these two. The partnership, Macca, is now 24, I believe. So 25 even. So that completes the 19th over, and it's 7 for 84.
You got last over coming up.
Last over.
See who's going to bowl that. To be bowled by Hannah Foam. The last over, and I'm sure the Coffs Coast Chargers wouldn't want too many off this one. So a nice tight over to finish off, and just puts you in a good frame of mind for your batting innings. Run rate's quite attainable.
Yeah, Foe's been impressive. Just one for 6 off her 3 overs. In again now, and it's swung and stumped. That's bails were taken off very quickly. That's the end of Kate Hanley. Stump for 10. Foe gets another wicket, and nice bit of work by young Dowsett again behind the sticks, Macca.
Yeah, good bit of work. They're trying to give herself a bit of room there, or a lot of room, and just didn't make contact with the ball, unfortunately. But good bit of work behind the stumps. Got our most of the batters, well, nearly the whole team will have got the opportunity on the SCG.
That's not a bad result, is it?
Alethea Graham coming out at the moment. Very athletic player. Thea's the nickname there.
Thea.
Yeah, you don't have to think too much. So Alethea becomes Thea.
Yeah,
Way you
I'm
go.
with you, mate. I'm all over that one.
But
Hey, now,
again-
Macca, if you were the number 11 batsman now and you're waiting to bat, would you be sort of hoping one of these girls gets out so you can have a bat on the SCG?
Absolutely. That's where I was going to, Robbie.
Let's throw the team out the door
Well,
here.
even if it was just the last ball. Now, there's 5 balls to go. I reckon a suicide will run out on the 4th ball or something, and then you got 2 balls to face.
So Graham will be on strike to Foe.
Yeah.
And it's 84's the score. Tossed up. And bowled straight through. So we are going to have a hat-trick ball coming up here. Foe gets her 3rd wicket. And she has 3 for 6. Look at this, Macca. Well flighted.
Yeah, well flighted and not straight through the gate, perhaps.
Yep.
With a bit of weight going back towards square leg there. I'm not sure she was fully committed into the shot.
Well, number 11's going to have her bat anyway.
Yeah, it's probably a couple of balls earlier than I expected. But
Another
anyway,
Scottish girl,
and
McLaren.
We're on a hat trick.
We've got a hat-trick ball. Foe to McLaren.
This game's got everything so far.
We've got McLaren on strike, McGuigan at the non-strikers end, and we've got the 2 Maccas in commentary. It's feels like a bit of Edinburgh, isn't it?
It is, and we've got 4 balls to go. We could be anywhere in Scotland at the moment.
Yep. Imagine a hat-trick at the SCG.
Imagine that.
How about
how
that?
would that be?
Wouldn't that be something special?
It would be special. Male or female, it would be an outstanding effort. And there's a chance here.
Yeah, I'd love to see McGuigan get on strike to finish off this over.
Yeah, it's been hard up at the non-strikers end. I think that's probably probably hasn't helped her or the Blasters at the moment. But
So here we go. It's McLaren on strike. Cassie McLaren.
We've got people sort of in catching positions.
It's Hannah Foe on a hat-trick. Comes in now. Bowls, and it's pretty straight, and it's played out to a short mid-wicket. Ooh, that was a bit of a heart on the mouth there for a minute.
Bit of real estate between the bat and the pads there.
And well done to McLaren.
Well survived.
Yeah, it's got through. Can she get a single? Can she get off strike?
3 and 4.
And she will get that single. Well played.
Oh.
Through point. And that'll bring McGuigan on strike for the last 2 balls of the innings.
Well, McGuigan will be happy about that single there. Just gives her an opportunity these last 2 balls maybe to find a boundary. Field has gone back again. We've got 3 out. The offside ring stays the same.
Hits the ball well through point, doesn't she? She can get through there, and that's exactly what she's done. Hit it over cover. Great batting from Maddie McGuigan, and it's going to go the journey. It crashes into the boundary rope as we speak. So she moves along to 20, and Handy runs here late.
What an enterprising shot there, Robbie.
Oh,
She's
absolutely.
gone outside a leg stump, and you would think maybe it was going to go out through the leg side, but gave herself room out through the cover.
So the final ball of the innings, McGuigan 20 not out. Foe runs in, bowls now, and I'm not sure if that's bowled or it's hit on the pads.
Boulder.
I think that's clean boulder.
Yep.
It has. So
What a
that's,
great over.
that is. We can see the off bail has dropped to the ground. So McGuigan's out for 20. Foe gets her
Is that
4th
4 for
wicket.
11?
4 for 11. Good
3
bowling.
in this over.
3 in the over. And the target for the Coffs Coast Chargers will be 10 for 89. Mac, we'll probably
90 to win.
roll through some of the wickets here we saw through that innings. Then we'll take a short break before we come back for the run chase.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
Here we go, Macca.
So we've got our first batter there. That was Kirsten Smith. Just played all round that, the sweep shot. This was again, Mackenzie just bowled there, just round her legs almost. Sky love it. Claire Webber should be our next one.
This is McDonald, who came on and bowled a great spell.
Claire's used a feet there, but unfortunately found cover straight to. Claire was a bit of a gun in the Newcastle side, so that's an important wicket. Kate Jackson's first one there with Sarah Burns. No.
This is a very good catch. This was a brilliant catch by McDonald in the outfield.
Millie Cole, I think it is.
Yeah.
And caught by McDonald. That's a great catch.
Nice celebration too.
Yeah, likes a celebration. This is another one for Jackson. Sarah Burns. Nice flighted delivery. Sarah probably could have come forward to that. Play with the back foot. Top edge. Keeper, good awareness there from Dowsett. Takes the catch behind. Another well flighted ball for Emma Jane Howe, and Emma Jane's obliged with a caught and bowled. To Foe. This is...
Oh, this is nasty
Oh,
run
this
out.
is the run out. Yeah, Millie Riley.
Yeah.
What a great backhand flick. Not too many players could do that.
That was Joey Borgia.
They probably should have started off a bit earlier on that one, but
Maybe backing up.
this one we just left ourselves too much room there, and quite an easy wicket there affected. It's a good flight on this one, and clean bowled there at the end. Just a really good ball.
This was McGuigan there tried to
McGuigan
finish
at
it
the
off,
end.
didn't she? But it was 3 wickets in that final over
bail.
there. So
Just
there you have it.
reward for good bowling, good length and line bowling there. Fantastic.
All right, there we have it. It's 89 all out from the Newcastle Blasters. We'll be back in a few minutes' time with a run chase. We'll see the Coffs Coast Chargers. See if they can become the Sixers Conference Final here. We're at the Women's Regional Bash Finals. We're at the SCG. It's Robbie McKinlay and Neil McDonald signing off. We'll be back with you very soon.
Go. Welcome back to the SCG for the second innings of the Women's Regional Bash Sixers Conference Final between the Newcastle Blasters and the Coffs Coast Chargers. We'll see the Coffs Coast Chargers chasing 90 off 20 overs to make their way through to the final later this evening.
Yeah, thanks, Marty. It looked like it was taking a bit of turn there through the early stages of that first innings, and it'd be really interesting to see how that plays out during the day. And at the recent Australian Country Champs, it looked like 100 to 110 was a pretty competitive score. So the big stage, the bright lights, 90 might just be a tricky chase here for the Chargers.
Yeah, and welcome Lukey Minor to the microphone for the first time. The regional manager for, the cricket manager for Mid-North Coast, up on the North Coast. So obviously a Coffs Coast Charger supporter today, but just great to see some fantastic cricket in the first innings, some good batting and some excellent spin bowling, as you said. So we're really looking forward to the chase here from the Coffs Coast Chargers. We have, looks like Georgie Martin, Naomi McDonald opening with Kate Rowlands, I think. Yep, they're the two openers for the Coffs Coast Chargers, and opening the bowling is Emma Jane Howe. So right arm off spin. So interesting, the opening with the spinner, with a looks like only the one fielder out at deep cover. And Luke, yeah, this is going to be interesting to see how they go about the chase, whether they try and get them quickly or whether they just pace themselves and take their time, needing roughly 4.5 and over.
Yeah, it's very interesting. You see a lot of teams in these cases get really trapped early and sort of get that run rate up to a runner ball and see a lot of pressure towards the end of the innings. So, yeah, you're absolutely right. This first 6 overs is going to be absolutely key while this new ball is nice and hard as well.
So, first ball, here we go. Right arm over the wicket. Nicely driven through the gap there, just wide of third man. And they sneak through for a single. Good start there from Naomi McDonald. Kate Rowlands comes on to strike now. Be interesting to see how she goes about it. Former Queensland cricketer, has played a lot of indoor cricket as well, so yeah, very, very talented player, and yeah, be interesting to see how she goes about it.
Just interesting, they've just brought the cover, deep cover, just off the fence about 10, just trying to cut down the twos early there. Coming up inside the ring now at cover.
Now the fielder out as a deep mid-wicket, as we can see there now. Coming into bowl, right arm over the wicket. Wide of the off stump. Kept a little bit low through to the keeper. Yeah. And well taken there by the keeper as well.
Definitely think you want to be getting on the front foot just with the way the wicket's played there in the first 20 overs.
So again, coming in. Nicely flighted delivery, full toss. Oh, well hit, straight out through the covers. Is that going to make it all the way to the fence for the first boundary? It has. Beautiful shot there from Kate Rowlands.
It's a great shot. Just slight use of the feet. Got to it on the full and well timed through the covers there for a boundary.
Again, good start. As the Newcastle side did, they made a fast start. This is a fast start here from the Coast Chargers. So it'll be interesting to see how Newcastle go about tying this down. And they've dropped out a deep cover already straight away after that shot. Comes in again. Short of a length. Beautifully pulled out to the deep mid-wicket fielder. And they trot through for a single. An aggressive start there from Kate.
Yeah, some good stroke making. And I think definitely with these smaller targets, it's definitely the way to go about it.
Just moving that fielder at cover right back onto the rope now. Comes into bowl again. Full toss, beautifully driven out through the covers to that fielder out on the fence, and they trot through for a single. So a really good rotation of the strike, and obviously an early boundary has made this a really good first over so far for the Coffs Coast Chargers. Comes in again. Wide. Cut shot, play and miss. So 1 over down. Good start there for the Chargers, 7 off the first over. They'll be keen to get a good start in the power play, obviously, to make the chase a little bit easier.
Yeah, I think that wasn't too bad over from Howe there. She was bowling a really good pace, just over pitched a couple, and if she can actually hit the facility, I think find a bit of spin and hard to time the ball with the slowness of the pitch at the moment.
Looks like Maddie McGuigan to bowl from the Ramwick end. And she's a right arm medium pace bowler. So a bit of pace coming in. We'll have Naomi McDonald on strike for the first ball of the second over. Again, a deep cover, deep mid-wicket. And they've got a short cover as well, and a short mid-wicket. So they're putting a little bit of pressure on in the circle as well. Good first delivery there, right at the top of the off stump, and well played.
Yeah, nice straight field here, I think. Certainly just going to be looking to bowl stump to stump. Just really try and build some dots, build a bit of pressure that way, hopefully take a wicket.
Comes in again, right arm over the wicket. Again, beautifully bowled delivery, top of off stump, and just played away out to cover. So really good start here from Maddie McGuigan, and putting the batter under pressure and just bowling at the stumps basically.
Yeah, absolutely.
And nice pace as well. Comes in again. That's a lovely shot out through. That's through the field. That's a beautiful shot out through between the short cover and mid-off and out to the boundary for 4. That's a lovely shot there from Naomi McDonald. And it wasn't that bad a delivery, really. It was just a beautiful shot out through and picked a very, very small gap there between short cover and mid-off. Comes in again. Wide of the off stump this time. Oh, well fielded. Diving stop there at backward point, and they trot through for a single. So a wider delivery, not her best ball. Beautiful shot, but an excellent piece of fielding. Yeah,
that was a great bit of fielding by Lovett. Definitely saved 3 there. Looks like McGuigan's just getting a little bit of shape. 2 ago, when she got driven through mid-off, it certainly tailed in a bit, and that one just went away a bit. So they just want to be on guard here, the Chargers. Just a little bit of movement here.
So Kate Rowland's on strike now. McGuigan coming in. Another ball wide of the off stump. That one didn't get up a whole lot, and through to the keeper. Play and miss, trying to cut that one out through point. Play and miss. So, yeah, just not a lot of bounce. Skiddy sort of a bowler.
Yeah,
and,
the cross seamer and the shorter balls really just keeping a bit low. If you're not playing with a straight bat, it can be very challenging.
Comes in again. That one's down the leg side. That'll be the first wide. So they have been pretty tidy with their lines so far. The Coffs Coast Chargers got off to a very nervous start and gave away quite a few extras in the first few overs, but been a tidy start here from the Newcastle Blasters, and that one just tailing down the leg side, but again a bit of shape. Comes in again. Oh, that one's another wide. It's gotten through the keeper and it's gone all the way down, so 5 wides. Rather unfortunate there.
Yeah, more shape in, just missing. Wasn't too far away from that leg stump, but just really took off late, and the keeper looked like she was slightly unsighted. And when you're only defending 90, those 5 wides really, really hurts. Yeah,
so none for 18 now. 1 ball to come in the second over. So just needs to get her line back, but she's getting nice shape again. Comes in and bowls. That's a much better delivery, top of off stump, beautifully bowled. So got out of that over, not too bad. Unfortunately, that 5 wides just sort of crawled her over a little bit there.
Yeah, I think the Chargers camp definitely be happy with that start. 9 and over off the first 2 overs, getting that run rate down just above 4 at the moment. So, yeah, it's a fantastic start. They'll be looking to push on from here, and Newcastle desperately searching for a wicket just to break this partnership.
It looks like Sky Lovett coming on to bowl. Sky bowls right arm off spin, so second spinner coming into the attack. Again in the power play, a lot of teams like to use the spin in the power play.
Yeah, it's definitely a tactic. Even the Coffs Chargers there in the first innings, bowling a lot of spin. And as I said, I think it's going to be a real tactic throughout the day. playing on one of the old Sydney Sixers strips from last week that it just looks like it's offering up a bit of turn there for the slow bowlers.
Comes in the bowl. Nicely fly. Oh, that's a very high full toss. Pulled away. It's a no ball, and it's gone for 4. That's a beautiful pull shot there from Naomi McDonald, and 5 to the score. And this will be a free hit. So, I don't know if she got that one away for a boundary, but she's got a free hit to follow.
So same batsman on strike, so they won't be able to change the field. So it'll be really interesting to see where they look to bowl this one.
I know it was a no ball, but you had an fixed state. You hadn't updated from last so far.
Umpire just making sure the field stays the same. Comes into bowl. Drags that one down a little bit. That's a high hit. That could go all the way, and it has. That's the first 6 of the day. That's a beautiful shot out over mid-wicket, taking full advantage of the free hit.
Yeah, it's just the fielder, no, it was a free hit and wouldn't have been out, but the fielder at mid-wicket seemed to be coming in, didn't seem to be awfully well struck, and the ball just kept flying and landed a good couple of metres over the fence. That's a fantastic shot. You often see the batter not capitalise on a free hit, so...
She's back in, beautifully bowled, and that's a lovely shot out through cover, out to deep cover and a single, and that's really clever batting. So she's got the free hit, she's put that away for a maximum, and then a single off the next ball. So just taking a bit of time at the non-striker's end, and that brings Kate Rowlands back onto strike now as she comes in and bowls. Another, yorked herself there, very nicely flighted delivery, that one.
It seems to be the line to bowl. If you actually just bowl a little bit outside off stump, you sort of get stuck in between a straight bat shot, cross bat shot. It's really actually hard to get bat on board with the low bounce in the pitch.
Comes in again. That one's a little bit shorter and wider. And a play and miss outside off stump. Probably missed out there. That was one. If she had a good bit of bat on that, that would have raced away for 4 out through that vacant area. It's sort of just backward a point, I think. It comes into bowl again. And very wide delivery, and lucky to get away with that one, but the umpire deemed that was a fair delivery, and she probably could have made a better effort maybe to get across and maybe give that one a whack.
Certainly got away with that one, I think.
Comes into bowl again. That's a short one. Pulled strongly out through mid-wicket. That's another boundary. Fantastic shot there from Kate Rowlands.
The actual perfect start for the Chargers. As we mentioned at the top of the call, that the start was going to be really important. Didn't want that run rate blowing out. And they've already got it down to just above 3 and over. So still 3 overs to go in the power play. I think they'll be looking to really push on with this good start.
And 34 off the first 3 overs. So going at a bit over 11 and over. Really, really good start. And these two batters are very aggressive and taking it to the bowlers.
Yeah, certainly McDonald has been in some red-hot form, coming off a good Australian country champs as well, where she's been in the Australian merit side a couple of times as well, and she certainly brought that form to the regional bash today. But what a sight it is just to see the ladies out here on the field playing some high-quality cricket.
Absolutely. Sarah Burns coming on the bowl. She's bowling right arm over the wicket. Medium pace, floats that one up a little bit. Oh, that's got the umpire. Probably well fielded there by the umpire. She saved 3 there. Beautifully struck again from McDonald. And, yeah, unluckily clipped the umpire and ricocheted out to the fielder in the deep, and they only got a single. But hope she's all right out there. She seems fine, so play on. But another really nice shot there from McDonald. Burns comes into bowl again. Oh, that's a no ball, and she's got, that's almost a tennis shot, down to fine leg, and that's a boundary. So another full toss no ball that has been put away for a boundary. So taking full advantage, and obviously this next ball is going to be a free hit again. But yeah, well above head height, and beautifully swatted away down to fine leg for 4.
Yeah, the Blasters are desperately in need to change the momentum of this game. It's getting away from them awfully quickly here.
Comes into bowl for the free hit. And that's another no ball. And the free hit will remain. Okay, so Kate Rowland's on strike for the free hit now. Looking to take full advantage. And she's gotten that away. Again, down to fine leg. Another full toss. Down to fine leg. That's 4 more. So really taking full toll here.
Yeah, unfortunately with fine leg inside the circle, never a time really for a full toss, but certainly can't be bowling that line with fine leg up.
A rather unfortunate start here for Burns. Hopefully she can get it back on track. She just needs to probably just slow it down a little bit, hit the top of off for 3 or 4 balls to get herself out of this over now. So they're bringing the deep cover in and dropping that player back to fine leg, which is probably a pretty good option just to give her a bit of confidence to bowl at the stumps now. That's a much better delivery, played down to mid-off and no run. Burns looking to tighten things up again now. That was a much better delivery, just short of a length. That's another full toss, no ball. Down to that fielder, down on the fence now, so only the 1 run off the no ball, so 2 off that ball. And this will be another free hit, and it will be McDonald on strike.
So 13 off the over. Still 3 balls remaining. So it's certainly been a costly one to date.
That's a wide, so I think the free hit remains now.
Burns just really needs to get out of this over and reassess.
Yep, so just get it back on track. She comes into bowl again. That's another no ball, so the free hit will remain. Rather unfortunate. The captain's gone over to try and help her out a bit there now, just to console her. So it's not a nice feeling when you're struggling like this, and hopefully she can get out of this over now. So just needs to a couple of deep breaths, just relax, and that's a much better delivery. That's a free hit, beautifully smashed over cover and away for another boundary. So McDonald and Rowland's taking full toll, and hopefully Burns can finish this over out.
That might be the shot of the innings so far. That actually wasn't a bad ball. It was nicely pitched up, but great shot, just hitting it between cover and to the left of mid-off there. Impeccable timing with the slowness of the wicket. The crispness that they've been able to hit the ball with has been fantastic.
Burns comes in again. Again, a much better delivery, but picked up and dispatched over mid-wicket. So McDonald is on a mission here to get this game over with very quickly and dispatched over mid-wicket for 4 more. So again, not a bad delivery. But McDonald, this is some very classy batting. She came down the wicket, got it on the full, and hit it out over mid-wicket for another boundary. So really taking full toll here and making it really difficult for the Newcastle team. Another full toss, no ball. And this will be a free hit. So hopefully Burns can get this one somewhere on track just to get out of this over now. That's gone all the way for 6. She's picked that up on the full. It's gone through the hands of the fielder out on the boundary and all the way for 6 runs. So 30 runs off the over. Rather unfortunate for Burns, but what's some very powerful striking there from both batters in that over.
That was an excellent shot. Just burst through the fielder's hands there at deep mid-wicket. And, geez, it can be a cruel game when it just doesn't go your way and it just seems to get a roll on a momentum against you. Some astute viewers, some astute Big Bash viewers out there might have seen Brendan Doggett have a really tough game for the Heat. No, he's moved from the Heat
Thunder.
For the Thunder last night, and unfortunately shelled about 3 catches before he was finally able to get hold of one. So it just proves, doesn't matter what level of cricket, when the tide of the game goes against you, it can be really challenging.
Absolutely. So we got Emma Jane Howe coming back on to bowl her second over now. She bowled the first over of the innings. None for 7 off her first over. So she's looking to try and tie these two batters down for a little while. That's short and wide. Oh, almost carried all the way to cover. Really good effort there. Just got to her on the half volley. So nearly a wicket there off her first ball of her second over.
Yeah, just didn't quite seem to pick it up at cover, and I think she just thought it was hit marginally better and was just caught on the back foot and just half volleyed her.
Well bowled that. Nicely flighted delivery, getting her onto the front foot. Not much you could do other than just to poke that out to point and no run. So good start here from Emma. Comes in and bowls again. Oh, that's beautifully flighted. Bit of drift there as well and a bit of turn. So actually quite well played by Kate Rowlands. That was a very good delivery.
And they need many more of those. If they can just build some dots, build a bit of pressure, you just never know how the game can swing.
Full toss that one. Just poked out into that gap there out through cover and away for a single.
I think even really important, they've got off to a great start, but now these two have had such a fantastic start. You don't want to be losing a wicket and getting a new batter to the crease trying to start in these slightly tricky conditions.
Comes in and bowls again to McDonald. Short of a length, McDonald. Big pull at that. I think it's just taken a bit of the thigh pad and it's gone away for a single. I think that'll be a leg by. It is. Yep, so didn't quite catch up with it. Just a bit of thigh pad and away for a leg by off that delivery. Bit short of that one, swing and a miss.
Just really not getting up at all when it's back of a length, is it? It's just really shooting through low.
That is a really good over there from Emma Jane Howe. Only the single and the leg by off it. Probably the best over so far from the Newcastle team.
So one over to go here in the power play. Absolutely fantastic start for the Chargers. None for 66.
Just trying to work out who the new bowler is. Bowling right arm over. It looks like it's McLaren coming on to bowl. Cassie McLaren from the Randwick end. And we're going to have mid off and cover out. And it looks like they're going to bring deep mid wicket in. So clearly she's going to try and bowl outside the off stump and challenge these players to drag something towards the leg side. So
I think they've actually got 3 out. I hope they realise that.
Yeah, they've actually got 3 outside the circle at the moment. That's not ideal.
Mid wicket's kind of in no man's land there, isn't she?
She actually needs to be. She actually needs to be inside. Yeah, she just realised that she needs to come up and inside the circle.
So, do you want to get on the chick who's moving? Unless she's stopped moving. No, she's stopped moving. Don't worry.
And she comes into bowl now. It's a nice start. Dabbed into the leg side there and a quick single. Well run.
Smart cricket that they've earned the right just to work it around, and if they're able to play smart cricket from this point, they should be able to knock this total off in a few more overs' time.
Very clever batting there from McDonald, just dabbing that down into the leg side. So Rowland's back on strike now. As McLaren comes in the bowl. Short and wide outside off. Only manages to punch that straight to cover.
It's certainly been seen plenty of power hitting, but the way they've been able to manipulate the field with some clever singles as well has really been a highlight of this innings.
Cassie McLaren comes into bowl again. Nice economical run up. And again, just a nice back of a length delivery. Just slightly wide of off stump, and all the batter's able to do is just sort of punch it to point So again, no run.
Bowling really well to her field here. Definitely doesn't want to get too straight with those fielders up on the leg side, and that line's about spot on at the moment.
Bowling really well here. Doing a good job for her skipper. Oh, that one's fired down leg side. Just lost her front arm there at delivery and just fired it down leg side, and that one will go through for a wide.
That'd just be the standard commentator's curse coming into play there, Marty.
Correctly. Give her a wrap and put her under more pressure than she needed to be. So hopefully she gets this one back on track. Comes in to bowl again. That's lovely. Well bowled. Takes the batter on the pad. I think slipping down leg side, so no appeal there.
So a couple of balls left in the over. It's been a good one to date. Hopefully she can get out of this over. Just 2 runs off it thus far.
That one's down leg side again, just pushing the ball down leg side. Probably really keen to sort of keep it in at the stump, so she's just erring a little bit down the leg side. So just needs to get that back outside the off stump for the last 2 balls. And as you say, finish off the power play in a good manner for the Newcastle side. Comes into bowl again. Wide of the off stump. Through to the keeper.
Much better that one. Just when she loses her action a little bit with the one she pushes down leg side, just doesn't quite get past that front hip, and the wrist just turns out there towards fine leg. That one much better. Got through past the front hip. It was great length just outside the off stump there.
Just snaking down leg side again. So just lacking that bit of consistency. I think that's probably been the difference between the two teams with their bowling so far, is that the nervous start that the Chargers had, they managed to drag that back and bowl really well in probably the last 3 overs of their power play. Unfortunately for the Newcastle side, they just haven't been able to do that. Comes into bowl. Beautifully bowled, flicked away to the leg side, no run. So apart from the 3 wides, that was actually a really good over, and only the 1 run coming off the bat, that over. So a good finish to the power play. But what a great power play it's been.
Yeah, none for 70. That's going to be, I tell you what, if we see a power play of more than 70 today, the side that achieves that's going to be batting awfully well. So none for 70. There would be not a single T20 side in the world that wouldn't take none for 70 off their first 6. So as we said, the Chargers have got themselves into a very strong position here. Still really key, as we've seen over the course of a lot of cricket. You don't want to be losing wickets. It's always tough for the new batsman to start. So whilst McDonald and Rowlands are in red hot form, they really want to get the Chargers over the line here.
So Emma Jane Howe now going to bowl her 3rd over. Last one was a really good over. We've got extra fielders out now, so we've got a deep mid wicket, a deep long off, a deep cover, and it looks like long on is dropping back 2/3 of the way to the fence as well. No, she's going to go all the way back now, and just a little bit wider at long on. So lots of singles out there for the batters. It'll be interesting to see how they go about chasing down the rest of these runs now. Comes in and bowls. It's wide of the off stump, cut away. Oh, beautifully fielded. Definitely saved 4 there. That was a nice cut shot, but what an excellent piece of fielding there from Sky Lovett at point. Comes in and bowls again. Full toss. Driven down to long off for a single.
Yeah, Lovett's been on fire there just behind backward point. She had an early one there from the other end in the power play as well. So yeah, tough situation here for the Blasters. Desperately in need of a wicket is probably a gross understatement.
Comes into bowl. Rowlands on strike now. And that's well bowled. Just a bit of an inside edge there. Nearly snuck through onto the pads. So well bowled there. So Emma Jane has really dragged things back after her first over, and she's bowling really, really well now. Comes in again. Floats that one up. Again, play and miss. Getting really nice loop and a bit of drift there too, Luke.
Yeah, just as we've seen, ball after ball, anything that's just slightly short of a length, it's really hard to get any bat on it, let alone time it at all.
Comes in, floats that one up again. That's pushed out through that vacant cover area for a single. Again, a nice delivery, but better much better played that time.
They've actually been really, really good, the Blasters, in the last few overs. It's just a pity a couple of overs early in the power play just got away from them, which is easy to do in the power play.
Short of a length, top of off. Quicker ball there. That's an excellent over, only the 2 runs coming from it. Well bowled.
So just 18 required for the Chargers. 13 overs remaining here.
Looks like Cassie McLaren to continue.
Pushing fine leg back.
So we've got fine leg deep. We've got deep long off, deep long on, and a deep cover. So plenty of players out in the deep, and see if Kate Rollins comes in and bowls. That's down the leg side. Starts off with a wide, unfortunately. So just pushing that ball down the leg side. Just needs to relax a little bit and try and, if she can keep sort of 6 in a row, just that fraction outside off stump, and she might be in with a chance of getting that first wicket that might just get Newcastle on a bit of a roll. Comes into bowl. Just a slower ball there and just chopped through a shot a bit early, just chops it out to cover. No run.
Yeah, just with the 17 required, Marty, do you think they can afford to have 4 out at this stage of the game?
Probably be trying to keep a few more in as she comes into bowl. That's beautifully bowled. That's a Yorker, jammed out and jammed all the way down to long on for a single. So beautifully bowled, but well played there too by Rollins to manage to get that away for a single. And to your point, Luke, yeah, I'd probably be putting the pressure on. It's all or nothing now, so maybe trying to get a couple of wickets. Have a couple of short catches in maybe. Comes into bowl again, that's short. Cut away through that gap, out to deep cover, and away for a single. And McDonald is doing a great job. She's really just rotating the strike almost at will now. She's 35, Kate Rowland's 21 not out, and these two are doing a fantastic job for their team.
Yeah, really just milking it around now, aren't they? They're getting some good balls, but just able to work it in the gaps and keep that strike rotating.
Comes in, that one's down the leg side, and that'll be another wide, unfortunately.
It's a tough old game for the bowlers these days, isn't it? It's really just taking, just a couple of coats of varnish away from that leg stump, and it's a wide delivery.
Yes, it gives you limited options sometimes, especially when a team's going as well as these. The batters are going as well as these two. That one's swatted away down to long on for a single. They get through for another single. 5 off the over so far. With a couple of balls to come. So these two are doing it easy at the moment, finding singles at will. Comes into bowl. Oh. Well bowled, bit of swing there, and gets through the defences, wrapped on the pad, but just going down the leg side, so no chance of an LBW.
Yeah, it's just very hard to get an LB just with that angle, natural angle, sort of just tails into leg stump.
Comes into bowl now. Chopped away. And again, good fielding there from Sky Lovett at point. She's doing a great job for her team there. And that's the end of the over. So only the 5 runs from that one. Another good over. But at this stage, the Coffs Coast Chargers are cruising to victory with 13 needed.
Yeah, it's been a real mixed bag from the Blasters, hasn't it? They've bowled some really good overs, but yeah, unfortunately, just a couple of overs during the innings really got away. There's been some really huge innings, huge overs for the Chargers, and they've just been able to take all the momentum away from the Blasters. And yeah, it's almost just a matter of time now. Hopefully, the Blasters can keep putting in a solid finish to this match and just keep working hard.
Alethea Graham, or Thea as she likes to be called, is coming on to bowl now. She's a right arm medium pace bowler. Tough time to come on and bowl. Only 13 required for victory. Plenty of wickets in hand, so hopefully she can maybe sneak a wicket or two. Make her day out at the SCG well worthwhile.
Yeah, still just a couple too many fielders out for my liking. I know she's just starting her first over of the match, but given the game situation, you just feel it's going to be too easy for the Chargers just to work the ball around the field here.
Comes into bowl. Just wide of the off stump. Sliced away out there through to the deep fielder at the cover region, and they sneak through for a single. So again, clever batting here from the Coffs Coast Chargers players, just sneaking that one away for a single. And that's really all they need to do at the moment, just take advantage of those fielders in the deep and keep the scoreboard ticking over.
Another field change. We have mid-on pushing out to long on.
It's a full toss. Smacked away down out there to long on for another single. Again, McDonald's doing that comfortably at the moment. She's scoring a run of ball and going along really nicely. Comes in and bowls. That's wide of the off stump. Sliced away again to that deep fielder. It's almost worth bringing that fielder at deep cover in and saying if you're good enough to hit it through, then you're good enough to hit it. You can have the 4 runs, because at the moment they're just going to do this quite comfortably in singles, and maybe just putting them under a little bit of pressure and asking them to take a few risks to get these last few runs. Comes in a bowl again. That's a full toss. Cut away out through cover, and that is going to be another no ball. And they've actually come back for 2 there. That's really good running. That's another no ball, so this will be another free hit, and McDonald's got herself back on strike. She's currently 39 off 25 balls. This has been an excellent innings from her.
Great batting from McDonald. You're always going to push a bit harder for the 2 when you realise you get back up the other end and it's going to be a free hit, isn't it?
It does make it a little bit easier to get yourself back there, absolutely. Comes into bowl, and she's swatted that out through mid-wicket. Fielder coming around. Well fielded, and she's kept that to a single. That's excellent fielding out on the boundary there from Claire Webber. Excellent piece of fielding.
Just to pick up about your earlier point, Marty, about the field as well, I'd like to see mid-off come up inside the ring as well. With the line she's bowling, it's going to be a really good shot to get it over mid-off for 4.
Comes into bowl again. Rollins on strike now. Well bowled. It actually hasn't been a bad over apart from that no ball, but because there's fielders out all around, they're picking up singles at will.
Yeah, obviously the scoreboard's dictating a lot about the way the Chargers. They're not having to go too hard. They're able just to sit back, respect the good ball, and as we've said right through this innings, some smart batting coupled with some real power hitting has made for a good run chase to date. There's still a few more to go, but certainly the Chargers in the box seat.
Yeah, so 7 needed now. And it is Claire Webber coming on to bowl after that excellent piece of fielding out on the rope in the last over. So she's coming on to bowl. And she bowls right arm medium pace as well. Bowling from the Randwick end. And McDonald's on strike. She's on 40 off 26 balls and really has done it. And Rollins has been a very steady at the other end with 24 off 34 balls. Comes in and bowls. Short of a length, pulled away out to the deep fielder at mid-wicket. And they trot through for a single. So again, taking runs at will.
Yeah, that one seems a bit extra pace there from Webber, and that one actually seemed to slide on the back quite nicely. So, yeah, certainly looks like the bowler's got a bit extra pace. Actually looks like it's a bit easier to hit the ball when it's just a bit back of a length.
Comes into bowl now. Wide of the off stump. And again, that skiddy action as you said, that extra little bit of base, skidded through, beat the bat through to the keeper. Well bowled. Comes in again. Pulled away down to fine leg by Rowlands, and they just trot through for a single. These two very comfortable out there now and just chipping away to get them to the total. They need 5 more. We're coming into bowl. That's pulled away viciously. Oh, one bounce to the fielder out on the boundary. She made a good effort to try and get in, but just in the end it just bounced in front of her. So it was a really good effort out there on the boundary, and they come through for a single.
Great bit of fielding that. Really easy just to cop it on the half volley and sort of it skip either side or skip a bit low and got the body behind it. Just rolled her fingers across that one, and geez, it was still timed nicely. McDonald's just hitting them so well at the moment. She
is hitting it cleanly, and she's given herself a good hit out before what looks like they're going to be in the final this evening. So she'll be in good form coming into that game. That one's down leg side. It's a wide, and it could go all the way. No, well fielded down there. So cut off just inside the boundary, and that's 2 wides. So now just the 2 runs required for the victory. Webber comes into bowl. Oh, bowled. That's a lovely delivery. Right in at the off stump. Not much the batter could do with that.
No, needed much of that earlier in the power play. But fair play to the Chargers. Some errant overs there from the Blasters, but just the way Rowlands and McDonald have controlled the tempo of this chase has just been first class.
Scoreboard saying 89, but I think it's only 88 at the moment. So they still need 2 to win. Comes in and bowls. McDonald's has heaved at that one. Hit it up to mid-off, and that's a single. And I think that is it. And that's a win to the Coffs Chargers. No wicket for 90 in the 10th over. So they've done that very clinically, these 2 batters. They started off with a lot of fireworks and then finished it off very clinically, just picking up and taking the singles as they needed.
Yeah, it started earlier today with a fine bowling performance. The Chargers just didn't give an inch right through their bowling innings. Their spinners were clinical through the middle overs there. They were able just to keep the Blasters on the back foot by taking regular wickets through their bowling innings, and then they've backed that up. McDonald and Rowlands have been absolutely sensational to reel in this target in 10 overs. Just an absolute clinical performance from the Chargers, and you got to think the ACT Aces and Illawarra Flames would have been keeping a close eye on that game, and for the victor of our following Thunder Conference final will certainly be a tough matchup against the Chargers.
Absolutely, and again, such a great opportunity for all of these girls to play out there on the SCG. It hasn't finished the way that the Newcastle Blasters would have liked, but hopefully the girls had a great time out there and really enjoyed the experience, and they'll probably come back bigger and better next year for the opportunity that they have had. So Coffs Chargers into the final later this evening, and they're really looking forward to that, and we're going to see who will join them out of the ACT Aces and the Illawarra Flames. If I can get my teeth back in.
It is a tongue twister,
It is a tongue twister, that one. So that game is on at 2 o'clock, but this has been a very clinical performance here from the Coffs Chargers. They'll be very excited. They'll sit back now. They'll be able to relax a little bit, watch the next game, and hopefully prepare themselves for a big final later on today. So what a great game that's been. And we just run through that. So, I think, as you said, Luke, the spin bowlers, when they came on in the first innings, they really made a difference to Newcastle, who were going along quite well at that stage.
Yeah, just the ability to slow it down in the middle overs and actually take some wickets there. Wicket certainly helped out. They played the conditions absolutely spot on. A bit more pace bowled by the Blasters as well, which seemed to help some of the Chargers batting. But be really interesting to see how that plays out over the course of the next match, and then may not actually be such a factor in the final as those night conditions start to take over and some of the dew starts to come through. The pitch might actually get a bit better for batting later tonight. So it'll be interesting to see how it plays out throughout the day.
Okay, thank you. We'll be back with the second game a bit before 2 o'clock. Thank you.